So this is Mickey from the Five Waiting Wombs, and this week's topic has to do with should parents have to take a parenting class? Now, we're all adults, okay? So let's keep this civil because this can be a controversial um, a topic. So yeah, let's just keep it civil. Um, these are just our own personal, or this video in particular is my own personal opinion about it. So let me just start by saying I think there's no way to require everybody to take parenting classes, but in my own opinion, why wouldn't you want to? You know, just for me, I'm I've never had a child, so I am 23 hours away from home. So I don't have any family that's near me. And it's just my husband and I. So if we were to conceive a child, that's a really scary thing, not knowing what you're doing. Instead of having a whole bunch of family members that have had children and can give you advice or show you how to do certain things around you. So we don't really have that support. So yeah, like of course I would definitely do a parenting class. Fortunately for us, we have a thing called Army Community Services, where my husband is stationed. They actually have classes for new parents or first-time parents. Also, they have classes for those that are expecting, which is awesome and great. And they're free classes, so it's so great to have this kind of service. Actually, I have it pulled up on my window right now, and they have a what to expect now that you're expecting, which covers body changes during pregnancy, financial concerns, communication, family changes, postpartum depression, shaken baby syndrome, um, partner support during pregnancy and birth. So that's great. I also know during this program they have the dads put on the baby belly thing, so they can understand the changes that your body's going through and the extra weight that you're actually holding on to. So I think that's awesome. And it also gives you support. People who are in your own situation, you can sort of support each other in your experience, what you're going through. Also, after you have the child, you have the baby basics training, which is, it says topics covered are the layette, newborn's development, baby safety, immunizations, child care, and basic care of your baby, like learning about formula and breastfeeding, and learning about, what's it called? Oh, it just left my mind. Like changing diapers and stuff like that. So I think it's a great and awesome thing, especially for those that don't have the support of their family nearby, those that are first time parents and stuff like that. Like it is good to have your family nearby, but sometimes you sometimes you have to hear it from somebody else rather than your parents, or you don't want to constantly be bugging or feel like you're bugging a person and constantly going to them and like, I need help, or blah blah blah, this is going on. So it's good. It's a really good thing. They also have like play dates and stuff like that, and other classes as your child progresses. Now, I also think um, you know, you should take parenting classes, or even like counseling if you have a teenager, or if they're starting to go through the changes. Just because those kids, you know, the the hormones are starting to kick in and everything, and they really, in my experience, they really don't know how to talk to their parents and how to open up to their parents. I know from my own experience, when I was a teenager, I couldn't go to my mom. I felt like, maybe I should just put it that way. I felt like I couldn't go to my mom. Every time, I was a very strong-willed kid, and she's pretty strong-willed too. So, um, that dynamic really didn't help us out because I was very strongly opinionated about certain stuff, and she's very conservative and very opinionated in her thing, and our opinions were not the same. So whenever we would start talking, it would turn into an argument, and with our arguments, it's more like, you're raising your voice. One person's raising their voice because they felt like they're not being heard. So then the other person has to raise the level. So then it just turned into a screaming match, and nothing would get, what's it called, accomplished. It's just, we're just going to get mad at each other. So I think in those type of situations, I know I'm not the only household that's like that, but like that happens a lot with teenagers. They just don't know how to express themselves and make it feel like they're being heard. So a parenting class or counseling where you have to go in with your child, you and your child, would be great, because I know for me it was easier for me to open up to someone that I didn't know rather than my mom, and she could have been in the room. But if there's somebody else there sort of refereeing, she could actually hear what I'm saying rather than trying to come back with a comeback. And I know that would have helped us out a lot growing up, as I was growing up. Our relationship is a lot better now. But, teenagers, I think it would be a good thing to have like a parenting class or take a like a counseling type thing with your teenager, just to get some help out, and just to, especially if they're acting out or something, that would help a lot. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about the topic. I think parenting classes, if they're out there and they are within your means, I think everybody could benefit from taking a parenting class. Um, there's some people that you might see that you think that they might need it more than others, but in all actuality, everybody could benefit. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on this topic. Totally would love to hear what you have to say about this topic. I know, like I said, it could be a controversial one, so let's keep it civil. No judgments, and yeah, I look forward to what you have to say. Don't forget to comment below, subscribe above, or leave a video comment, which is great. So I will talk to y'all next week. All right, bye.